Welcome back to my podcast where I am talking all about what it's like to work with me at Lemon in the Sea. In this episode, I'm going to be going over all of the phases of working with Lemon in the Sea and what you can expect so that you can see my process that I have honed over the past 7+ years in business. When I first started my web design business, I offered 3-month design projects that included 10+ page websites. Over time, I refined that down to a 6-week project and then a 3-week project. And I finally came to VIP days because they work so well for my schedule as a mom to a little, but they also work so well for you as the client because you can get your website transformed and live in front of the right fit clients faster, which means that you have to spend less time worrying about your website and making tweaks and changes and more time confident knowing that when people land on your site, it is doing the hard work for you. And all you have to do is jump on a sales call or accept an application of somebody who understands what you do and knows that you are the right fit to help them solve their problem. Every project starts the same way with onboarding and pre-work. So after you have applied to work with me, we generally have a quick 20 to 30-minute conversation about your business, about your current website, and what you're looking for in your new website. And I answer any questions that you have about the VIP day process. Those conversations are generally pretty quick and easy. It's low stress. But it's so important for me because it gives me a feel for you and your business and what you need to make sure not only that the process is the right fit, but that we're choosing the right website platform. And it gives me that first glimpse into the design that we want to use. Then you pick your VIP day and pay your deposit, and you will get a pre-work questionnaire in your inbox within a day. Then you are going to create a Pinterest board of inspiration. This generally includes things like fonts and colors that you like. It can include other websites that you have seen and that feel like they could be something that would be a good fit for your business, or just design elements that you have enjoyed that look and feel like you want your brand to when it's represented online. You're also going to submit all of your branding information, your logo, your color palette, your fonts, any kind of guidelines that you have from a brand designer, as well as submitting your website copy and the images. In a later episode, I'm going to go into detail about how I help you with that website copy, so make sure you listen to that episode if it's something you're concerned about. But just know that all of that is going to be submitted to me generally a week before your VIP day starts. Then it's time to get your VIP day up and running. You have the option 2 weeks out from your VIP day to jump on a call with me so that we can go over any last-minute questions that you have, review everything that you've submitted, and make sure that I have all the pieces that I need and that you are confident that I am ready to go on the VIP day. Maybe there's some last minute copy that you need to finish up, and I'm happy to answer those types of questions. From there, a week before your VIP day, your official project begins. We don't have any kind of strategy call at the beginning of your project because I found it's not necessary. The way that my process works is you are giving feedback along the way, and that works better than jumping on a call with me to start the project because I've already gotten the information you need. This way, we don't have to set aside time and try to work around time zones and kids' schedules. Instead, I start my process with what I call phase 1 prep. And that's where I do a strategy guide and a bank of images for your project. Your strategy guide includes things like your fonts with the examples of how it's going to be laid out. It includes the color palette. I always start with what you already have, but occasionally we need to add in some other colors and tones for web friendliness. And it has a mood board to guide the project for the overall look and feel. It also has a sitemap on there so that we just go over all of the pages that we are going to include in the project. For most projects, there are 4 pages. We have a home, about, sales page, or a services page, your contact page, and then I set up a blog template with up to 3 blog posts ready. For some projects, those pages might shift a little bit so that they can be the right fit for your business, but we always do 4 pages plus the blog setup. Then I send that strategy guide to you and you have a chance to give feedback on the colors that I've chosen, the fonts that I've chosen, or just the overall mood board, to say things like, I really like this color, but I'm not so sure about that one. Or I like the look and feel of this mood board, but I think it's just a little bit too bright for my brand. What I do when you send me that feedback, either via an email or via a Loom video, is I sit down and I update your strategy guide on the back end with any tweaks. And then I get to work on phase 2, the propose phase. So this is where I design the home page of your website. I go into my design program that is completely separate from your website, and I lay out what your homepage is going to look like, including the images we're actually going to use and the copy that you have submitted. So it's exactly, or almost exactly, what your website is going to look like when it's live, and you get to see that whole thing come together. This is where my clients really light up, because they can see all of the work they've put in and all of their years in business coming together into an online presence that really speaks to their dream clients and fits their personality and their brand. Once you receive your mock-up design, generally 2 to 3 days before your VIP day, you have the chance again to give me some feedback. You can record a Loom video or send an email with notes about anything that might need to change. Sometimes that's going to look like making some tweaks to your existing copy, because now that you see it, you want to shorten things or even things out. Sometimes that looks like moving sections around or changing a color or an image. But generally, my clients don't have big overhauls to the mock-up because we have done all of the foundational work before now. And once they can see it all come together, it looks and feels like them and their brand in a way they might not have expected, but really makes them feel confident about sharing their business online. Then we get to phase 3, the official VIP day. I kick off the VIP day at about 10 o'clock Eastern when I jump into your website platform and I get to work. I always start this process by creating the homepage, recreating the mockup that we have already done, and then I do the mobile design of that page. From there, I can use that as the foundation for every page that comes after. So I am using those same design elements that we've already created, which gives you a really consistent look and feel throughout. And it's what makes a VIP day process work, because instead of creating every page from scratch, rethinking everything, I'm using the sections and just tweaking them for the page they need to be on. I do both the desktop and the mobile design during this phase, so that you know when your website launches, it's going to look great no matter how somebody is viewing it. Once I have all of the pages and the mobile design ready, I send it off to you again for any final feedback. This is usually things that are really quick and easy, maybe a color change to a button, or you want a header image changed. but I want you to be able to review the entire site before it is officially finished on the VIP day. From there, I go into phase 4, perfect, where I set up your SEO with page descriptions and your website descriptions and keywords. I set up and connect the analytics, things like your newsletter and your CRM, anything that needs to be connected to your site. And then I can connect your domain as well. So if you're moving to a different platform, I will go in on the back end and connect your domain. That can occasionally take a couple of days. So I tell people that even though your website will be ready at the end of your VIP day, it's probably best to wait to make your official website launch until a few days after. Then I send you an email that says, hey, we've wrapped up your VIP day and you are good to go. The final phase, Propel, comes the next day or 2 days later when I have had a chance to refresh my brain so that I can record tutorial videos, give you all of the final resources that you are going to need to take off and propel your business growth. I want you to be able to take those videos and show them to your team or go through them yourself so that you never feel like you're tied to hiring me to make small changes on your site. You should be able to make changes to the copy or change out an image, no problem. And so my goal with both the tutorial video that I record for your site and my extensive tutorial library is that you can take all of that information and do those changes yourself. The final part of your VIP day is the support period. So you get 30 days of support where I have a ticket that you can submit with any questions or small changes that you want. And I usually get to those within 24 to 48 hours with either a video if you need me to explain how to do something, or I go in and make the change to your site if you've noticed that something needs to be updated. If you are interested in a VIP day, you can apply now at lemonandthesea.com or send me a DM on Instagram at lemonandthesea, and we can get started on your website so that it is ready to launch in just one day, instead of it taking weeks or months to be ready to help you convert right fit clients.